Hey everybody, I'm Lee with Olsen Equine, and today I've got some exciting stuff. We've got Britany and Isaac Diaz, two-time NFR barrel racer, seven-time NFR bronc rider. And today we're going to talk about some secret sauce that has helped both of them in their careers. So Britany, let's talk to you first.
Okay.
So who was the best horse that you've ever rode?
Dasher Dude, which we called her Rudy.
Yeah, and I'm from South Dakota and you're from North Dakota, and that is a North Dakota raised horse, correct?
Yes, she is, yeah. Bred, born, everything trained up there.
That's awesome. That's really special to the local people, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. So throughout her career, what have you struggled with?
So with her, I found when we started to haul on the road and putting more miles on her, she started to drop weight pretty bad and would go off her feed and just was a little uneasy about new situations because she didn't go that hard until she was older. So that was kind of a learning curve.
Yeah, rodeo can be pretty stressful,
Yeah.
can it?
Yeah, new places all the time,
Right.
new sights, loud.
Fireworks,
Yeah.
sketchy stuff.
All kinds of stuff, yeah. and yet she was a nervous horse anyway, so yeah.
Right on. So what'd you do about that?
So I would try to stay places to make her kind of feel at home base at a few places, but then we changed a lot of stuff with her diet, which it was a learning curve for me because I had never been on the road before either. And I guess Lisa Lockhart introduced me to the Platinum products because I was fortunate enough to get to travel with her for a couple years.
Awesome.
And then basically, yeah, Platinum changed my outlook with her. So
That's awesome. So what formula were you feeding her?
at that time, it was the Platinum Performance, the original one. She ate it. A lot of times you could try to give your horses supplements and they won't eat it. And like when we put her on it, she would get really racy. She would drop a lot of muscle mass. And when we started her on that product, she like blossomed. Her muscle mass, she got it all back up throughout her hips. She looked good. She had high.
Nice.
Just things you need, you know, when
Right.
you're traveling thousands of miles, and it just changed her. Like she looked good. She felt if you makes you do better if you feel good.
Absolutely. So. I couldn't imagine trying to beat the best in the world, going to all these different places, and you watch your horse just dropping off or stressing out. Getting something like that had to be a game changer for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You know, it was one of those things I didn't know because I hadn't gone and done it before, and I didn't know how she was going to handle it. So that was a big piece of advice that I got that it changed the way my horse competed, the way she looked, just the whole overall game plan that year.
Absolutely. Especially getting it from the winningest barrel racer of all time.
Right, yeah.
She is such a great person, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Her and Grady both.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about in the future? What has been Rudy's future look like? I know you've got a lot of special studs out of her too, right?
There's 3 studs standing out of her. So it's been kind of a crazy journey because you always, when you have a winning mare, you always hope, you just never know what the outcome is going to be when you start breeding them. And I didn't start breeding Rudy until after she was done competing pretty much, at least to the end of her career. And it's been exciting because since then, so we've been using Platinum now for over 14 years. And so now she's got her first colt. Just in 2022, Andrea Busby won the Cheyenne Frontier Days.
Yeah.
And she won like 73,000 her maturity year with Sue Smith. So it's been exciting. Like,
heck yeah.
we were like, oh, she had one. Hopefully that wasn't just a one and done type deal. Well, then she had the full sibling to that one and a streak of fling. So we bred back to Blaze and Jetalina and a streak of fling. And both of them two were 1D horses. And the streak of fling won the 2022 Fizzbomb Futurity.
Oh, wow.
And now this year, then another one came along, and he was in the 1-2D.
And that one is by?
That one's an HP Dash to Fiesta.
Wow.
I'm trying to think which one's there. And then this year, I'm running a Dash to Fame.
Out of Rudy,
and he is also a stallion. And he's been placing at the biggest futurities, the Royal Crowns. He's not eligible for the Ruby and Pink, but he's been placing at the other large ones that we've been able to go to. And
that's awesome.
Has lifetime earnings around 40,000 right now too. So it's been fun.
Yeah, all I can think about is what a stamp on the industry just for future generations. I mean, you talk about these famous studs. I mean, the secret sauce in a lot of those studs is the mare, right?
Yes.
So when you have a powerhouse of a mare like this, you're going to leave no stone unturned to help her, right?
Absolutely. We tried to cross her on the studs we thought would complement her the most, and we tried to go to proven studs just
Yeah.
because we thought, like, if I have one of the best mares, I need to be breeding her to the best studs, and it has really paid off because now she's got progenies over, I want to say it's now after the pink buckle, it's getting close to the 300,000 mark.
Wow.
And I want to say two of them are, I know one for sure is over 100,000, the other one's getting really close. And
That's
just
pretty impressive just
in
for the
4
age of
babies.
those colts too, right?
Yeah, it is, because every one of them that's been born so far, or that she's had, that we've gone on to do performance with, they've all been 1D horses. There hasn't been one that's fallen through the cracks, so it's been,
Wow.
not yet.
I would like to know the stats on that because just that on its own has to speak volumes.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch.
We have a daughter of Blazing Dude that we're pretty excited about too. So
Yeah.
they're amazing horses. So what do you do on an aged mare like that to keep them breeding, so we can keep helping the industry with this great bloodline?
So Platinum has now come out with a repro formula, and the neat thing about it is we have started Rudy on this. I think it was a year ago, right? Was it a year ago?
Yeah, this past winter.
This past winter, and she is 24 years old, and a lot of the times those mares will stop giving so many follicles. We do not flush embryos anymore on her, but we did the ICSI, and she always has been like a 12. 12's a lot of follicles for her, and that's how she's always been since 10 years ago.
Right.
So it's been kind of neat for us because she's 24 this year, and we've had her on that formula, and she still
Wow.
had around 12 follicles every time we would take her in. So
That is crazy on
exciting.
on
Yeah.
a 24-year-old mare to get the same amount of follicles as 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Is nuts. Well, all of our grandkids probably thank you for making more Rudy babies. So speaking of Rudy babies, tell us about the one that broke its hock.
Okay, so the one that I ended up winning the Fizz Bomb on that year, last fall, about a year ago now, at the Breeders' Challenge Finals, he took a bad step and fractured his hock. So we took him in, and you never want to see broken bones or any fractures or anything like that, but that was our reality we were going to have to deal with. So our vet actually recommended the Osteon, which we would have went to it anyways. So we put him on the Osteon, and my vet told me that usually it takes about 90 days for you to see the crack till it's completely gone and you can't see it anymore. And when we went back in for our 60-day checkup, the crack was no more. So
Wow.
I wasn't using anything else, just putting that on his grain every day. So I guess gave me reason to believe completely in the Osteon, and I've been running him again now, and he x-rays clean in that hock. There is a pin in there, but other than that, he x-rays clean in that hock, so it's
Wow.
kind of incredible.
That is amazing. I mean, I don't know why we'd be surprised. It's the only supplement that's actually scientifically tested and vet recommended.
Absolutely.
But that is, I mean, that's if you could put a price on that, you couldn't. I mean, to get your horse back and to get him back fast, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was exciting. We still kept him on the extra 30 days of stall rest, to
Yeah.
get all the protocols right and everything, and yeah, so he's running again. And
So what do you tell the people out there that are struggling with their own horse, or maybe they have concerns, or maybe their horse is just underperforming? What do you do?
I guess I would recommend and inform them to stop guessing what their horse needs and trust in the experts for advice.
Yeah, so call a Platinum advisor. Talk to their vet.
Call someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, well, that's great advice. And one piece of advice I have for you is it is not felt hat season in Texas. It is hot out here today. But I hope you have a great day, and God bless America.